Do not open unless instructed. Be careful that we don't ruin anything. But should we have a nosy? Should we have a nosy? Let's have a nosy. Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming, the home of cool things like this. A monthly magazine that you can get in print or digital dedicated to all things tabletop. You should check out our website in the description to go see more about that. But of course you're here with me. I'm Charlie, I'm the online editor at Tabletop Gaming, and this is our YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Because today we're going to talk about something that I think is super cool. This is a Jurassic World themed game from Funko Games. Now this is so cool in so many different ways, and there's so much I want to tell you about it, but we have to be careful with what I let you know, and the reason for that is because this is a legacy game, so very different to what they've done before, very different to what we've seen from them before. This is a legacy game, so I can only show you too much because I don't want to ruin anything. Equally, just as a side note, this is not a full version of the game. We've only got sort of little bits inside, but I think it's cool enough to warrant taking a full look at to give you sort of a hint of what's to come in the Kickstarter. Now, this contains 12 adventures to get through. It is from Funko Games, as I say, but it is created by Prospero Hall, who have got quite an impressive list building of cool things that they're making. So we've got high hopes for this. The thing that I love the most and that is incredibly visible from the start is the art style. So it's got this really beautiful sort of cartoonish, sort of almost like pulp books, pulp style to it, that's super exciting. Now, I am a Jurassic Park fan, but I'm not a huge Jurassic Park fan. I can't tell you the names of everything, I just enjoy the films. So it'll be interesting to see how much of this is appealing to me as a sort of non-fan, and if you are a fan, please in the comments let me know the bits that you are most excited about. However, I can recognise from the fact that it is a Jurassic World style one, I recognise these characters, for example. We've got Blue at the front there, so I'm excited. They're certainly recognisable. Okay, so we'll take a look inside. As I say, do remember this is one where we've not got everything, but it gives you a taster of what's there. So first of all, we have a rule book, and doesn't this look like sort of a comic or an old style magazine? I love how that looks. That's really clever sort of font choices to make it look quite so vivid. And as we open up, we have the same. So that continues throughout. What have we got? So don't handle any components yet. Start with this rulebook and only open and examine the components as instructed. So it is the August issue of whatever this may be, and it is 25 cents. It's just the nice little touches that come up. So this will tell you sort of about John Hammond, why he set into motion Jurassic Park, what this is. It's an epic cooperative game, in case I hadn't made that clear. And there's plenty to do. So it's got the dinosaurs in there too. And there's going to be a how to play video, which is delightful. As someone, I'm in the right job, clearly I'm offering you a video whilst telling you that I think videos are the easiest way to learn things. It's got quite a lot there. And then general setup wise, we've got a big old board to come. Now that carries on as you would expect. That's going to explain sort of how the actions work. Nothing in it is too dense. It all looks nicely readable. I'm not looking at it and thinking, this is one of those that's going to take me 10 years, and it might be great, but it is going to take me a long time to understand. I feel like I'm going to be able to pick this up and get going. And then interestingly, we've got all sorts of item sets and budget shop on the back. Don't know as yet what that is, but hopefully it will all become clear. Now we do have warning. Do not unpack the game yet, and I am going to, but it does say before removing anything from the game box, read the rulebook directly, don't open any envelopes or cartons, do not examine, shuffle, scratch or stick at any components unless instructed, which is what we expect from a legacy game, isn't it? Don't break things, don't ruin the surprise. So, first up, this I imagine, oh my god, it's huge, okay, this I imagine is going to be the game board. I don't think my perspective is going to be enough to be able to show you everything there. Let's give it a try. So basically we have the island itself, bringing it all the way down to the bottom. So this is going to take up a good amount of tabletop real estate, and then we can put all of our cards that we may need at the bottom, and we've got a little reminder for what happens in each round too. So that's nice. Let's close this down. What I have noticed that I didn't go into is once you lift the lid up, even the inside is nicely decorated. So we've got This Game Belongs To, which is frankly adorable, and then all sorts of cute things. We've got the DNA, the broken transport ball thing, the sort of safari style truck, your T-Rex, a little bit of everything. Lots of nice little references, which is really cute. I think I'd want that pattern on a bag. Someone should get on that. These are sort of different spaces that are very cool. So obviously themed perfectly, and then in keeping with that really funky vibe that they've got going through. We've got a ton of tokens. That's nice and exciting. Quite nice on there. So denoting things like injuries, action tokens, examinations, issues, all through those. A random piece of wood. It's cardboard, but wood cardboard. I don't know. I can't ask. I don't want to ruin things. Sector cards, which I don't want to shuffle, so I'm only going to show you the top one. I imagine they're fine, but you never know for certain. So we've got a sector there, and then how it looks on that side. Again, much of this, because I can't really tell you anything because I don't want to ruin anything, but I get a really good vibe from this because everything is so nicely themed and it's quirky and eye-catching, and I frankly am rather excited. So we've got some item options. It's got Malcolm's Memoirs. Discard to immediately choose an additional legacy character. Interesting. And we've got a click trainer. Wherever a dinosaur in your space wanders, you can choose the direction, or you can discard when defending. And the last one that's already open is a Komodo Dragon DNA. When unlocked, from now, the dinosaur with the Komodo Dragon DNA sticker is a carnivore. Interesting. So again, we're keeping in that sort of dramatised font. I don't really know how to explain it. It has a very specific vibe to it. I'm sure if you're watching, you're probably screaming at me as to what it is called, because I'm doing a dreadful job of explaining it, but let me know in the comments. Keep me updated. So, we then have this. Now this is our tutorial adventure, and whether this is exclusive to this box or whether this will come in whatever you pick up on Kickstarter, I don't know for certain, but I know I've said it, I'm going to say it again. If you do not want to have anything ruined for you whatsoever, this is only the tutorial adventure, but if you don't want to see the tutorial adventure, look away. Like, just mute me and keep me running, but look away. So, we have got, for example, Dr. Henry Wu, Chief Geneticist. He is here. We've got some extra tokeny stuff on the side. Do you know, I love a good envelope for stuff like this. It sort of builds anticipation because you don't know what you're going to get. We've got Legacy Adventures Round 5 of the tutorial adventure. Quitting time. The landscaper is done for the day, but the dinosaurs never clock out. That's cute. Again, that artwork that I love. We've got a couple more bits like that. So character-wise, Robert Muldoon, Dr. Jerry Harding, Alejandro Solano, John Hammond himself. Let me show you what he looks like because he's cool. Then we have more tokens. So one specific to those characters that I said about, as well as some other sort of occupied options and tokens. More of those cards. I shan't spoil them, but they look great. And, oh, marvellous. So we've kept this style going, a sort of like old magazine or old comic book that's featured in the rules is also the story for the Legacy Adventures as well. So where are we at? So it gives you an idea of what's in the envelope, and then fills in sort of comic book style at the top there. Now for that I will then stop. I don't want to tell you what the adventure is. I want you guys to go and find that out for yourself. But we will just have a look at what else is in the box. So, I don't know what this is. General rules. Players must follow the rules in the rulebook and on the rule cards wherever possible. This seems like, and I could be wrong, but based on the things that are on there, I feel like this is like a quick way to share out instructions. So here's what you do in the instance of things on a handy dandy little hook. That's quite cool. I'm quite pleased with that. We've got some funky tokens. So we've got a dinosaur danger in a question mark round. So maybe that'll crop up whenever. And look at him. How funky does he look? The same with some character cards, or I say dinosaur character cards. That's a T-Rex. There is our good old friend, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. We've also got the Velociraptor, which obviously wouldn't be anything without Jurassic Park. Who even cared about Velociraptors before Jurassic Park became a thing? And yes, no one in the comments tell me about the chicken thing, I know. We've got a Brachiosaurus, and we've got a Triceratops. And then just some other cards as well, character actions and your options. So these are probably your like little prompts that each character will have. And then, I don't even think you're ready for this. You're gonna love this. So, we have minis. Actual proper minis. Look at him, he's an actual T-Rex with all the DNA around the bottom. Oh, it's so cool. So, I mean, these are gonna represent the ones that we've just seen, I imagine. So look at them coming around the door like in the film, in the scene, and then their little skeleton on the back. Very, very, very cool. There's just something endearing about being able to see, I mean, dinosaurs as minis is great anyway, but Jurassic Park dinosaurs as minis is even better. Look at this little guy. And the final one, our more chilled out friend here. How cool is that? That leaves us just with two sort of more normal gaming parts. We've got a dice which is orange and there's little marks in it, which is quite nice because it's sort of reminiscent of what we're looking for with the DNA being found. I mean, there's nothing specifically in it, but it gives you that effect of that's what they're going for and that's what they've achieved. And then we've also got dice with different things on. So in this case, we've got, for example, a claw. We've got blank sides because they're going to make it difficult for me. Maybe that's a slashing action. Some, for example, have got a sort of pow on them. I'm sure there are specific terms for that, but do you know what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to go get it yourself to find out what it is, or wait until I get a full copy and then I can tell you exactly what it is. But I'm just so excited that this is going to exist. I think part of that is they're taking the good humour of the series, is they're taking the fun parts of it. We're not having a super serious dinosaur game here where everything is going to go wrong and you need to be very sort of focused on precisely what's happening and take it very seriously. No, this is about the enjoyment that you get from the films, from the franchise, and putting them into something on tabletop where you feel like you're going to have an impact. This is your legacy game. This is your own game. You have to write your name inside the box. It's your game. And I feel like this is a really nice sort of dedication to it. Everything in it is linked to the films in such a nice way. There's nothing that feels out of place or obtrusive. So although without having played, because remember this is a first look, this is not a review, I'm just very excited for it to exist and I'm excited to see what comes next. So I guess that leaves me with asking you, what do you think? Do you like the look of this? Are you a Jurassic World fan? Do you want to sort of dive right into this in the same way that I do? I hope so. Let me know your thoughts in the comments because it lets me talk about games more often and that's my favourite thing to do. You can check out more from these guys. I'll try and find a link and I'll pop that in the description. You can check out more from us, also from a link in the description. Remember I showed you that magazine? That's a thing, go check it out. And we've also got a website at tabletopgaming.co.uk. So with that, all that's left for me to do is to say thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out some of our other videos and have a wonderful day.